Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak Minded. Carrying on with the EVP session, we're going to go and listen to what they have to say about certain subjects, such as food.
Is the wind ceased?
Saucer.
Please.
Last couple years,
Food.
So, food, that. Okay.
I know.
Disagreeable. Also predestined.
Disagreeable, also predestined.
What they're doing with the food today is disgusting because
Colours.
it's COVID-19
Grass.
pandemic, throwing away good food,
Tablet.
all because it's money orientated, logistically.
And then looked at me.
Waste. Meanwhile, people are starving because our civilization is so corrupted, can't even feed its own citizens in the end. And what they will feed us is going to be more poison and human.
Green felt
Solent. Green. Cannibalism. The rise of it. As well. En masse, yes, absolutely, you know.
So, what I just said then was food, that. There's a few messages in between. I'm not sure what they all mean. And again, you have to use your intuition to try and pick out what goes with what, because there are many spirits speaking at the same time. It's not just what I'm going to show you the next clip, so to speak, spirits that need help crossing over, that want to say what they need to say, but also higher level spirits coming down from the heavens and speaking. So let's replay that a little bit again.
Because COVID-19
Grass.
So in colour grass, it's green.
pandemic, throwing away good food,
Tablet.
all because it's money orientated,
And again,
logistically.
there's a message within the music there that I didn't quite hear. You have to, if you really want to understand what they're saying, you have to slow it down in editing. You have to turn the volume up, and it takes time, you know.
And then looked at me.
Waste. Meanwhile, people are starving because our civilization is so corrupted, can't even feed its own citizens in the end. And what they will feed us is going to be more poison and human.
Green felt
Solent. Green. Cannibalism. The rise of it. As well. En masse, yes, absolutely, you know.
So perhaps they're trying to tell us there that they're going to put solent green in the water and you're going to be drinking particles of human. These people in charge are pure evil, and the things they've done with the food and the chemicals already is horrendous, let alone the fluoride in the water, the chemicals we breathe through geoengineering in the air. No wonder we're all dying. And they want to cure us with nanotechnologies. They want to come and save the day, you know, when in reality frequencies can cure all diseases, and that is something they've held back about the knowledge of ancient cultures and what they once built across the earth. Places that resonate at higher frequencies. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So 218. 38. From there, I'll do.
Toss.
It's going to be okay. Well,
Find. Has nothing to do. The one. Child.
Find the one child. I don't know what they mean. Who this child would be. But I got an inkling, you know, the Antichrist, you know, can be born in these days. And there's a lot of information you need to know about that and to do with genetic modification and the adding of a new strand of DNA to make us three-stranded rather than two. Double. It's complicated. Numerologically, a strand is 22, a double helix is 44, and they want to add another strand in it to make it 666, so to speak. So the children being born today with autism and the vaccines and stuff and all the things that have been put into them, they technically have the number of the beast because they've had another chromosome, another strand of DNA added to them. So anyway, that was that. Now we're going to move on to, let me just play that out a minute. I don't think there's anything. Right, no. I might as well just play it. It's only 40 seconds.
Which is. And it's short which. What?
It's like, alright, mate. Alright, mate. Here again.
And it's short which. What?
Alright, mate. I mean, I've had the last one, the one before it. I had a spirit kick me in the leg, right? I was like, and then she's like, alive, I'm alive, because I told her that, you know, her temple's just that, you know, but she's still very much alive, an immortal, intelligent energy spirit, kicks me and then goes, I'm alive. It's funny.
The sign of the cross. Flash, but it.
can you tell me how many people are trying to communicate with me now? And spirits, how many spirits are here with me now? And have they come down from the heavens to communicate to?
It just said then, no, but in due time. Alright, let's play again.
I'm trying to communicate.
In fact, I'll listen to this whole section again for you. About snapping the cross.
The sign of the cross. Flash, but it.
Can you tell me how many people are trying to communicate with me now? And spirits, how many spirits are here with me now? And have they come down from the heavens to communicate to?
There's no but in due time. So I thought that was interesting, and then it does carry on, which you're going to hear if you carry on listening. I just want to tell you a few things that I've obviously had to learn to do these things. First of all, you open yourself up to both sides of the party. So when you do these things, whether it's a Ouija board, whether it's a clairvoyance session, you open yourself up to both sides of it. And during my first experiences using these things, albeit I've studied the paranormal, which to me is normal, to be honest, to do with our existence, for a very long time, I never really put it into practice. And so I never closed the session, so to speak. I never cleansed the session for that only good things can come through. And let's just say that I didn't do it in this session as well. And so it's even harder then for you to discern whether it's a good spirit or bad spirit speaking. Okay? However, you do get, when you're meditating with this and stuff, and because of telepathy, you do get to know which is right and wrong, so to speak. You do get the feeling of what spirits are speaking. And so I can show you later on the difference and how difficult it is to, when you're using these programs, to be tricked by spirits, so to speak. Bad ones pretending to be good, or children, or other things. You have to be very careful when you're dealing with these incidences. If you have no protection, if you first of all have disbelief in these subjects, particularly as well, because if you keep ignoring the problems, they're going to get worse. And the thing to do with these spiritual problems is to actually treat them like they're a human being. Speak to them like you would any other person, and don't be afraid of it so much, because we've been put in fear of this subject. You go to see a horror movie, and albeit that is the darker side of the narrative of the paranormal, it's not all it can be. It's part of our spirituality, our experience, and our existence, because our souls do live on. Your soul can be trapped through your emotional experiences, and it's been proven, Now, if you're listening to this, and you don't believe in ghosts, and you don't, then obviously I can't help you really. But the collective knowledge out there and the amount of programs that's about these things is tremendous, to say the least, particularly on the television today. So where am I? Spirit. So yeah, they've come down from the heavens.
Are you visiting here
Sled.
and communicating with me from the heavens?
No, not.
Looking for Mr. Lumley's. Silence.
About how often? Of adventure.
Always.
Oh, I would love to have an adventure. Absolutely. Of discovery. Oh well, we've got to die something in this world.
To me.
Never. Her.
Only as in flesh. Unless you get your soul transferred, which is why you shouldn't take the mark of the beast.
People.
Thousands. Millions of people can get tricked. Right.
And look.
Line. Notebook. Dot.
Sorry. Just just realised it's another 4 minutes long. 25. There we go, alien. Here we go. So this person before it was telling me they were killed.
Anyway.
Do you enjoy? The volunteers is...
Thank you for speaking with me today.
You win.
So,
The United
November.
Nations.
garage,
Yes.
left,
Alien.
easy,
So this is 5 minutes on. Left alien. I swear I've just missed something. Hold on. No, it's further on.
Oh.
Fear. So it just said alien and fear.
Alien fear. Did you just say?
lost,
Tell me, is that about Project Bluebeam? And the return of the gods and a great war to fight against them? Potentially.
chat, rock,
Low cost tip.
A common enemy, right? That can unite humanity as one, coming from the heavens.
All these things.
And it just says all these things. Ready? One more bit.
It's sad, isn't it? The problem is they want to do it. They want to do that before, so that
Next morning.
they
Up to 100.
they themselves look like they're the saviors coming down to help humanity. When it,
So it's alien, fear, speaking about, you know, Project Bluebeam, and it says all these things, and then the song was like, yeah, they want you. Listen again.
a common enemy, right? That can unite humanity as one, coming from the heavens.
All these things.
It's sad, isn't it? The problem is they want to do it. They want to.
And then straight after it went, I think it says the next morning. Obviously, I'm still here. This is yesterday's EVP session. So,
Do that before,
you know.
so that
Next morning.
they
Up to 100.
they themselves
letting him struggling to speak and he's going, let him struggle.
look like they're the saviors coming down to help humanity. When in reality, it's more deception.
loose, hard,
Foe.
Anyone enjoy this?
Is there enemies? Is there enemies around me right now?
clouds, forget,
You like it?
Fish.
That's merge.
That's the merge. So there was another bit further, I have to find it again, and I didn't write it down, but I asked the same question basically. Is there anyone of the not of the light around? And it basically turned around and said that there was one at a distance, and I'll try and find it for the next video, because I'm going to do another one on this, because there's much more to discuss.
Are we not part fish, part mammal, and part reptile?
Toes.
Humanity
Garage.
is a triple hybrid creation. Again, the Trinity.
Flesh is death. Damn the man. What says here when you
Up.
So here we go. Earlier it said about I asked, and it said spirit. I asked how many people are around me, and it went spirits. So I reframed the question, when how many spirits are around me. It didn't answer the question, I don't believe. However, I did ask then at the same time, am I speaking to spirits coming down from the heavens? And it said in due time. So this is further on, and then we got up and came to start with, right?
Who's came? Who's here?
Lord.
splendid.
So this is another person speaking, and then this one says stern and splendid.
Where have you just come from?
Carpet.
The high ground.
When I do these sessions, I get touched all the time. Now, a lot of these things, where it says toes, is, you know, they're touching my feet, they're around my feet. Carpet is basically the same, they're on my carpet. I've had it ever, when I go to bed, I feel like there's things sleeping down on my feet. And essentially, the spirit session one time said, we crawl beside him, you know? And we're in your bed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the spirits, like I feel them, but it don't bother me whatsoever. I mean, some of them are here for my protection, so you know, thankfully, I'm happy for them to be around.
The high ground. I just psychically got a message saying that
Did it perfectly.
came down from the heavens. Oh,
Look at it.
was that wonderful plants?
Can be productive.
Actually, in Charlotte.
Slice.
So this is now a negative entity coming in, and it carries on for a good 2 minutes of just bad words. Not about frigid.
Immortal.
Notebook.
It's not a good word, really.
Need to breathe in.
Taco.
So let's go to 2:30. So it says Siren, Jupiter, and it starts talking about Oxford and the campus, and then it says malign fiddle.
Yes,
Camp.
you just hit my legs. Or someone just hit my legs.
Calm.
it's very difficult to do meditative practice, to do meditation, and have all the spirits touching you at the same time, and then try and work out what's being said and who's saying it and what do they mean, and it's not always clear, you know. It's as you say, it's a jumble, and it can be confusing, but there is definitely 100% intelligence response, you know, when I ask certain questions. 100%.
Siren.
That is another one. Cassie, thank you.
I mean, let's talk about ancient mythology. The gods were the planets, and the planets are, you know, if you're awake, are not obviously things to be landed upon, but wandering stars, right? That go around in an elliptic orbit around a stationary Earth. Lights, wandering lights, essentially, in the heavens. But the mythology of the gods and the celestial bodies plays hand in hand with occult knowledge and what the elites believe in. And Jupiter, I think, was in Greek mythology was Zeus. So let's just say, for example, that this, you know, it's hard to say whether this is a good message or a bad message, right? And how to put it in context of what's come before it. So what came before it was talking about aliens, right? And the War of the Heavens. And then spirit coming, it says, up came stern and splendid the high ground, you know? And then I had a telepathic message saying, come down from the heavens. And then it says Siren, Jupiter, malign, fiddle.
Oxford was.
Talking about Oxford.
Yes, you just hit my legs. Or someone just hit my...
While I'm getting attacked. You know? So I feel the negative change within my own environment. You know, around my legs particularly, it's always always below my legs. But they do hit me.
It's fine.
You hear that's like medicine balls, you know? Someone's using medicine balls. Malign.
Malign.
The more people
Add. Printer.
You see, I didn't put up any protection before doing it.
Weird.
I could have, but I didn't.
Something.
It's the darker forces. But I'm not
this time.
I could have, and should have died a long time ago. Somehow I'm still here. I mean, after all, I thought I'll be dead until now. Until I'm 30.
Until now. I'll be dead until now. In other EVPs, they said that, I'm due for an early grave and all sorts of things, you know, like suffer with him.
Most of the time I spent living not actually wanting to live.
At the same time, while I'm doing this, I'm also speaking to spirits to help them cross over silently in my mind. You know, thoughts happened. And it starts talking about war.
Or
Thanks, Rod. Whisk.
No.
Mouth was evil. I think my intuition's telling me that they're talking about me here. They're saying my mouth. This negative force is saying that my mouth was evil, or is evil, because they hate the truth. You know what I'm saying? They hate the truth. The dark forces absolutely hate it. The light and and that comes with it. So let's go to the beginning.
That's not at the rip.
Something about being killed and it's not at the rib. And we all know biblical about the rib, right? And being created from the rib.
That's not at the rip.
Perhaps.
But it's not for the Iraqi.
So it says not for the Iraqi people. Night.
On account of the shit.
It's always. Sorry to hear that.
Today, thank you very.
Fire. July. Now, it carries on, but we have to kind of put them together. So, the Iraqi people fire July, right? In a way.
But everyone's
Happening.
He was a surveyor's.
Weapon. So, I think because of the tensions in the Middle East, still, that a weapon's gonna be fired upon the Iraqi people in sometime in July. That's what the spirits are telling me, I believe. I could be wrong, you know. I hope I'm wrong, in fact, but we live in a time of war and, you know, pestilence and famine and severe social problems which have been caused by those that do not really care about humanity. You know, those people in power, crooked nosed assholes. So please share, like and subscribe. Till next time.